What's going on today, guys? Primal Sabbath here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Beast Wars Microverse Arachnid playset. This one, I think, is probably the better done of the two Microverse sets. And I say that because, like, the vehicle mode is a little more believable. It's more than just kind of blasting off the a chunk of it, rather. And it's got, like, I don't know, like, as a base mode, I think it's really cool. I believe the story behind this thing, if there is any legitimate claim to a story, is that it's something that Tarantulas made, of course. He's very vain, making things in his own image. That it was something to probably track down some energon, something or another. I don't really know all the details. Like I said, it never really saw any fiction, which is kind of a bummer. But that being said, it is pretty cool. I dig these crazy orange and kind of purplish patterns here. Real quick, there is a variant for this. Now on the box it shows these light green pieces as being orange, but clearly they're light green here. And there was a version that had yellow. It's like a running change, but I don't feel like it was necessary to pick up the yellow one. So I'm definitely just happy with this one. So to get it into its vehicle mode, we're going to rotate these out. Rotate this one out, and they're just going to kind of rest on these two little spider feet right here, and you rotate that around and this will come out. We've got this little ski here, and these fold out, and you can see little tank treads on both sides. And if you want to fold these little turrets forward, and like I said, you've got a much believable vehicle mode. And this is something, like, I like to kind of think we maybe kind of saw, like, not this necessarily this, but once we do get it in the base mode, like, maybe this could be Tarantulas' lair. Obviously, it's not going to scale to the other Beast Wars figures, but, you know, that's where being a 90s kid was great. You had an imagination. So, anyways, that's it. Nothing too crazy out of this world. Maybe you could imagine it flies. It's all up to you. And as you can see, these are the only independent spider legs. There's a reason for that. We'll get to right now, I guess, because from there, you're going to open this up, and then fold this out, and this can rotate around like that. You got your rub symbol in there if you choose to mess with that kind of stuff. This folds out, and as you can see, we'll just open this up. We have us a little tiny Megatron. Now, unlike Primal, who is very much a gorilla, this is the Alligator Megatron, which is strange. It's strange that they wouldn't have gone with either Bat Primal or Dinosaur Megatron, but so here you have them. Of course, you're going to want your faction leaders there. So there's that. Put Primal back over there. Pretty sweet. We'll put him back in the old command center, even though I don't think this is something that, like, Megatron would have been interested in piloting at all. And from here you can open this up, which, again, like I said, man, I like this a lot more as a base. We'll dump these little pieces out, and let's see, you have, I think they called this a tool. We're going back to tool talk, and this will peg in up here, and we got us another tool that will peg in on this leg, and now you see why they are kind of independent in maneuvering. Like I said, ball joints, you can kind of work them around, do whatever you need to. For that, back this up a little bit, let's see what I'm working with. Alright, then we have this, which is kind of another tool piece. I want to say there's a few tab on, maybe there's a few tab on point, maybe it's just the one. I think it's just the one. So this is like the one tab on point for it that I saw in the instructions, and it'll kind of move, which again is pretty neat. And you got this little spider kind of vehicle thing that, as you can see, I have a little razor beast here piloting the wasp. I'm assuming the wasp one, because Waspinator. I guess, you know, it could be like a mosquito. Maybe it's got a long nose on it, so maybe it's a mosquito wasp thing. So I like to think of this as the hanger because it's got the little kind of crosshair pad right there. And this is definitely for launching, but there's our little green-legged, hard to focus on Razor Beast. At first I was having trouble trying to figure out who it was, because like I saw this back here, I was like, that looks like Razor Beast, but this head kind of sort of looks like maybe Inferno slash Waspinator slash it's never gonna focus, but this is, I mean, and then, once you kind of see Razor Beast, you're not gonna unsee Razor Beast. Let's just put it that way. With his green legs. So what I like to subscribe to is trading out Tarantulas and Razor Beast, because Razor Beast will go with the Maximals, and Tarantulas will come over here with the Predacons. Now, like I said, you could see that like they can pilot either one, so if you want to, you can. Well, he can kinda fit in there. He definitely sandwiches in this one a little tighter. So there's that, and if you want him to, you can kind of have him sit in this over here, which he sits in quite loosely, but you can kind of have him pilot this gun turret here. So there's that. Would have been cool if there would have been some more of those little guys, but it happens. Can't always get what you want, as they say. So we're gonna put Razor Beast in the escape shuttle pod thing that he, again, very loosely sits in. Now I think I may be seeing why they didn't include Razor Beast. So, it is what it is. But we'll just set that off to the side. So yeah, definitely, I feel like both bases have their strengths and their weaknesses. I just like the Arachnid more because its vehicle mode is more believable. The base mode, it takes up some more lengthwise space, or maybe not lengthwise isn't the way I should. It takes up a lot more ground space, I guess I should say. Whereas, come on now, work with me here. Whereas the Orcanog base is definitely something kind of taller. Let's just get that there. And get that right there. So, I don't know. I feel like they bring a certain level of uniqueness to your Beast Wars display. It's just something kind of small, kind of silly, and I think it's a lot of fun. Like I said, I think it would have been really cool to see these two contraptions in the Ascending and the Gathering, especially in the show. I think them being in the show would have been cool, but obviously we would have had, for Orcanog, some more aquatic-based characters for that to really work out. But this, to me, like, this, I think, kind of feels like Tarantulas' lair. It's mostly like this stuff in here. Like, if you want to, you can take this little guy and just sort of stand him up there, like at the control panels, and like that's a total Tarantulas kind of thing for him to do. You know what I mean? And let's get Razor Beast out. Plug this thing back in here if we can get it to fit. There we go. And then we'll just have old Razor Beast here, kind of manning the turret. So it's neat. I like it. It's not for everyone. I'm definitely gonna go ahead and say that right now, but I do think it's really cool. And if you can find these sets for a decent price, absolutely pick them up. Especially, I mentioned, like, if you were a completist, you probably didn't need Orcanog, but let's be honest, if you're a completist, you're gonna need it. And I hope to get the Beast Wars 2nd Microverse set. I think it'll be pretty cool with these. I don't know where I'm gonna put that, but we'll figure it out, and I'll get around to doing something with it eventually. Excuse me. So, anyways, that's it for the Arachnid playset. Hope you guys enjoyed these two little videos. I'm going to start trying to pepper in some Beast Machines and a few other things, like some Beast Wars reviews of the toys that were kind of original, that I didn't think were necessarily show accurate compared to 10th anniversary counterparts. So I got some of that coming, a little bit of backtracking, a little bit of moving forward, but these are definitely really cool. So anyways, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment box. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you later. Take care.